A senior EU official said last week that the EU countries have reported freezing about 23 billion euros or around $24.5 billion of assets of Russia's central bank. This is the first time the EU has released this figure, and the market had expected the figure to be much higher than the published data. After the outbreak of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, Western countries have imposed many financial sanctions on Russia, including the freezing of its foreign exchange reserves and removing its major banks from the SWIFT system. Russian finance minister previously estimated that about half of Russia's central bank's foreign exchange reserves, worth around $300 billion, had been frozen by overseas countries. Some countries have also frozen the assets and real estates of some Russian businessmen. Reynders, the European Commissioner for Justice, said at a press conference last Wednesday that according to the information collected by the European Commission from governments of 27 EU countries, among the total frozen Russian assets, the EU is involved in less than 10%. He said the European Union had frozen around 23 billion euros in Russian central bank assets since the conflict began in February. That figure pales in comparison to the $100 billion frozen by the United States. In addition, Reynders said EU countries have frozen around 10 billion euros in tangible assets such as yachts and villas. The assets come mainly from Russian tycoons and people with ties to the Kremlin. Reynders did not explain why the EU has frozen such limited Russian central bank assets. He also declined to say whether all EU governments had reported the freezing of Russian assets. In fact, many EU governments have been extremely cautious in fully enforcing sanctions against Russia, and some of them have refused to publicly disclose whether they have frozen Russian assets. European Commission President von der Leyen said recently that the EU is studying how to use the frozen assets of Russian tycoons to provide funds for Ukraine's reconstruction.